So the other day, I was talking to an entrepreneur who was asking me about reading and learning to become a better entrepreneur. And I said to him, you know what, if you want to become a strong entrepreneur and you want to learn more about entrepreneurship, why not read what entrepreneurs read? And there's 6 books that I consistently recommend to entrepreneurs to read. The first one is called The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. And the E-Myth is actually a story. It's told as an allegory, and it describes business as the entrepreneur who has managers and technicians working for him, and it's a structure for setting up a business so it isn't as reliant on the entrepreneur doing everything. And that's one of the critical pieces that allows an entrepreneurial business to grow into a larger organization, is not being solely focused on the skills of the entrepreneur. The second book that I like to recommend is called Mastering the Rockefeller Habits by Verne Harnish. Now, this book is about strategic planning, but done in a way that it fits on one page. From an entrepreneurial perspective, best book that I know for entrepreneurs who are interested in putting more of a strategic approach to their business. The third book I like to recommend is The Art of the Start by Guy Kawasaki. Now, this was a book that I cried through, and the reason is because every chapter that I turned, I started adding up the money that I had spent learning that lesson in my business when I could have just read the damn book. So this is a book that if you're starting a business or you're launching a new area of your business, highly recommend you follow the tips in there. I've lived through that book and it was expensive. Strength Finders by Tom Rath. The original concept came through Now Discover Your Strengths, but the Tom Rath's book of Strength Finder will help you as an entrepreneur figure out what your top 5 strengths are. By knowing what your top 5 strengths are, you can spend the majority of your time, hopefully 80% or more of your time, focused in that area, and then build your team around the other functional areas in your business where you aren't strong. Death by Meeting by Patrick Lencioni. Now, most meetings are boring. You run through a list, the same agenda you've always gone through. People are tired. They're like, please let this end soon. If there was anything else they could possibly be doing during that time frame, it's that. Engagement is, well, low. What Death by Meeting does is it says, let's start with a blank sheet of paper, a format, and follow this template, but we won't actually know what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what's actually happening in the business right now, and we're going to build the agenda on the fly so that when we get through this meeting, we're going to make some key decisions on things that really matter that we need to act on today. The last book is 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, which is another allegory that is written by Patrick Lencioni, similar in style to how Michael Gerber wrote E-Myth, and similar to how Pat Lencioni wrote Death by Meeting. And the 5 Dysfunctions of a Team talks about the 5 key areas of team dynamics that all teams go through, that they need to go through and understand to be able to function as a more effective team. And it's a simple book to get through, really easy, extremely powerful, and the really cool thing is there's an online assessment that's linked to it that you can take that will help you to determine how effective your team is. So these are the 6 books that most of the successful entrepreneurs that I know today are patterning their business off of and are reading on a regular basis.